Good morning, Irish coffee fans. We hope you enjoyed your 4th of July weekends and that you have plenty of Advil ready to go for the day. We're going to get you started this morning with U.S. news. As a pertinent reminder of just how dangerous and horrid Chicago gang violence continues to be, at least 36 people were shot in the city over the 4th of July weekend. NBC Chicago reports that at least 2 have died. As disturbing as it may be, however, this figure pales in comparison to last year's violence, where 63 people were shot over the 4th of July weekend alone and 10 were left dead. Not your average walk in the park. A 19-year-old visiting New York over the weekend was strolling through Central Park until he stepped on an object that exploded and has left him hospitalized and undergoing leg amputations. Police do not yet know what the device was or who placed it there. However, the commanding officer of the New York Police Department's bomb squad says there is no indication it was made to harm people. Experts, however, are continuing to investigate the explosion. Moving on to world news, talk about a birthday present. Russian President Vladimir Putin told Barack Obama in a 4th of July message that he hopes to work on strengthening U.S.-Russia ties. We were once able to address the most difficult international problems to the benefit of both our nations and all humankind, said Putin, expressing a desire to put the nation's relations back onto a positive track. 3 terror attacks rocked Saudi Arabia this weekend as Ramadan celebrations come to a close today. The first attack took place near the U.S. Embassy in Jeddah. However, only the attacker was killed after detonating a suicide vest. The second attack was in Qatif, when a suicide bomber killed only himself in an attempt to wreak havoc on a Shiite mosque in the region. And the worst attack shook Medina, the holy site where the Prophet Muhammad is buried, as 4 people were killed and others were wounded following the incident that was meant to target security officers. Officials believe that ISIS is to blame, however that has not yet been confirmed. Now for election news. Will Trump be getting the boot in Cleveland? The Free the Delegates movement is the last-ditch effort to derail Trump's path to the Republican nomination, and the insurgency is certainly picking up steam. More than 20 states have some sort of binding provision that forces delegates to vote according to the will of the people. However, GOP delegates are so outraged by Trump's nonsense that they are refusing to follow these state guidelines. A lawsuit was filed in a Richmond district court last week challenging Virginia's binding law, and this could effectively dictate national sentiment on the matter, which would be a substantial problem for Mr. Trump. In a move that could prove to be disastrous for Hillary, her closest aide, Huma Abedin, admitted last week that Clinton burned daily schedules from her period as Secretary of State. Former State Department officials say that destroying schedules in such a fashion is highly unprecedented for diplomats, and this will inevitably come under immense scrutiny as investigations into Clinton's private email scandal persist. For sports news, Kevin Durant has decided that he will be leaving the Oklahoma City Thunder to play alongside the Golden State Warriors next season. He is expected to sign a 2-year, $54.3 million contract with the team. And for culture, or rather a lack thereof, Joey Chestnut ate 70 hot dogs and buns in under 10 minutes to take home the mustard yellow international belt at Nathan's Famous yesterday. It looks like the champion doesn't mind a real sausage fest. We hope you enjoyed your morning news with a kick. Be sure to share us with your now less informed colleagues and friends. Have a great Tuesday, and thanks again for tuning in to this edition of Irish Coffee.